Hello and welcome to the Cannes Parallel Challenge 2024. My name is Arno.
And my name is Matt, and today we are going to be paralleling Jacques Audiard's films A Self-Made Hero and his new film EMILIA Perez.
Matt, do you know who Michel Audiard is?
No, I do not.
Okay, so he's a very famous French screenwriter, mostly of thrillers, things like Les Tontons Flingueurs, and the original, The Professional. And he's Jacques Audiard's dad. So depending on age and nationality, people will know Michel and not Jacques, and vice versa. Even so, Jacques has been working since the 80s and established in the film industry since the 90s, with a string of financial and critical successes like See How They Fall, A Self-Made Hero, and The Beat That My Heart Skipped. His films became more internationally recognized, starting with 2009's A Prophet and 2015's Deepan, which won the Palme d'Or. He even flirted with Hollywood with The Sisters Brothers in 2018. I've loved Audiard's work for his unique storytelling and mix of tones, and I feel like no two films are the same with him. A Self-Made Hero was one of the Cannes selected films of his we had not seen yet, so that is the one we are watching today.
A Self-Made Hero is a satirical war film about a man who longs to be a war hero, but when he learns that his mother is actually not who she says she is a Nazi collaborator, and his father was not actually a World War I war hero, he ends up leaving home to join the French resistance and make a name for himself, and then promptly lies about his background and passes himself off as a war hero before joining the resistance.
First things first, Jean-Louis Trintignant in this, MVP. When he is speaking, especially when he's speaking directly to the camera, I am just there, I am listening, and I feel like he is talking to my soul. Secondly, we gotta establish this is almost like a World War II Ripley minus a murderer and trying to take a real person's identity.
Very, very true. It's so Patricia Highsmith in the way that it's just this web of lies.
I don't know about you, Matt, but I think this is a pretty incredible story that I didn't know about before. And honestly, it just makes me curious. Like, is this something that actually happened in real life? Were there many people doing it and kind of taking on these identities? Or was this more of a one-off, like, exceptional scenario that actually worked? And this film has like documentary segments as well. And I'm not even 100% sure if those were played by real life people or actors. And there's a real mix between trying to establish that this is a real story, but also showing it and fictionalizing it for the screen.
Something I really liked about this film, it sort of demythologizes heroes because it kind of shows that these people are human and that there are flaws, and it's unwise to look up to war heroes as gods or these infallible figures, and I really appreciated that. I also gotta say, the style with which Audiard shoots this film is really interesting, with some of the sequences all in black that, it's almost like we go into this liminal space to see these small moments in a theatrical way rather than just presenting them.
This film won the Screenplay Prize at Cannes, and I can see why. There's a lot of really great bits and moments of dialogue and great bits of buildup. I'm thinking, for instance, the whole comparing sex to eating at a restaurant bit, which is that you don't want to rush it, you want to sit down, look at the menu, and wonder, what will I be taking? I thought that was a really funny bit. I also thought Mathieu Kassovitz, who's the lead in this, and this is just a year after La Haine came out, I thought he was fantastic in this. I was genuinely surprised. I didn't think he had acting chops that good. Just how well he was blending into this character, how awkward and out of place he felt, but how in the right moments and with the right bits of confidence and with the right level of preparation, he could get those situations happening how he intended them to be. But I will say that there's a little bit of weightlessness in the unfolding of the story. I think it's intentional, but I did wish we would hold on some moments instead of rushing through everything.
I definitely agree with you. Rushing is what I felt most with this. It never lingers anywhere for a moment. There's this drive, but unlike some films that have a sort of drive that pushes you through with momentum, I feel like A Self-Made Hero suffers a little bit from it, especially with how much it cuts between different styles, how it's inserting these interviews. It never gives us time to think, to sit with things. Truly, I believe that Audiard has only matured and improved as a filmmaker since this.
Jacques Audiard goes international for Emilia Perez, an American film set in Mexico's drug cartel scene. Emilia Perez is about the titular character who's a former cartel leader looking to have sex reassignment surgery to affirm her true identity. And then Zoe Saldana stars as a corrupt lawyer who will help Perez on her quest. Edgar Ramirez and Selena Gomez also star, although they are not in the plot synopsis, which makes me think they have a smaller role. The music is composed by French singer-songwriter Camille. So with all that said, Audiard has a very favorable history with Cannes, but his last film, Paris 13th District, left empty-handed.
I think it's worth noting that the early buzz around Emilia Perez from festival insiders is saying that this is not one of the strongest films in competition. But that said, even if it is weak, we often see one or two films that are not getting the best critic buzz still pick up jury prizes. Best Actress is the most likely because it's too good of an opportunity to pass up. There is a golden opportunity here to reward a trans woman in a lead role, but it feels like the type of watershed moment that a film festival like this might look for this year.
Some juries, even if it's in the back of their heads, do think about legacy and what their jury will leave in the palmarès, and that might be something they're thinking about. In the next episode, we explore the Russian ethos with Kirill Serebrenikov's betrayal and his new film Limonov, The Ballad.
Join us as we talk about the evolution of this dissident filmmaker's career.